too early for the 2027 election to start in 2025. Now, people are more concerned on what to eat, how to survive, and so on. And that's what government should be doing now, not coming to banter with politicians and all this. You already have power. Nobody is contesting that with you guys. You guys already have power in your hands. So use that power to the betterment of the people. Leave those who are doing the election stuff behind. Leave them. Let them be doing their stuff. Focus on delivering democratic dividend. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Andy Media TV, welcoming you once again on trending stories. From what you can see going on within the country, Nigeria, you can gladly say that the race for 2027 has begun. To me, I think it started too early because I was expecting it to, kick off around 2026. But it seems that the politicians are already, preparing the grounds for the 2027 general election. So when you look at the conference that was held in Abuja, Nigeria, which was tagged, strengthening democracy in Nigeria, in that same event, you have people like former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, you have former Governor of Kaduna State, Mallam Nasir El-Rufai, and you also have former Governor of Rivers State and former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Chibuike Amaechi. They are all there in that program, and each of them made, different, comments. So they were like, looking at different angles on how democracy can be strengthened in the country. So in the same photo was where El-Rufai, highlighted that one major cause of poor leadership in Nigeria's political system is as a result of having illiterate, semi-illiterate, and corny delegates, because it's the delegates that appoints the candidate of the party. So when you have such group of people, they will end up, voting in for a candidate that doesn't have the, the required capacity to deliver on the job. So same, program, Rotimi Amaechi also made his own point, while highlighting that power is not freely given, that power is taken. And he said, he made a comment that, the political class, what they do, they come to kill, to maim, and to remain in power by every means possible. I think what he said is not far-fetched from, what we have had before, from even the incumbent president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when he was, contesting for the position of the presidency in the 2023 general election. He also said in one of his meetings that power is not served in a restaurant, and power is not, served in a la carte, that we have to fight for it, snatch it, and grab it. He said that. So, before I, delve further, to discuss what he said, let's take a look at what Rotimi Amaechi said in that folder. I will also play you what the incumbent president, Bola Tinubu, also said in his own meeting. So we'll look at both and see if they are saying the same thing or is there a difference. This is because I learned that Minister of State Defense, kind of issued a statement, criticizing what Amaechi has said, that is trying to instigate the youth. Well, we'll look at all these things when we come back. Let's take a look at the video. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
More videos have emerged from the meeting tax symposium on strengthening democracy in Nigeria, which had in attendance several Nigerian stakeholders, including Atiku Abubakar and El-Rufai. Well, in this video, Rotimi Amaechi, a former transport minister, criticized political power struggles, accusing leaders, including President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, of using unethical tactics to stay in power. Atiku Abubakar, in response, echoed Amaechi's comments by sharing a personal experience on the dynamics of crowd mobilization. Let's take a look.
Nobody has power and will give it to you. Nobody, not even me.
Yes, you do.
If you want a pastor as president, can get one. The politician is there in Nigeria to steal, to maim, to kill, to remain in power. If you think people will give it to you, you are wasting your time. So when we speak, we forget history. And the final example is when we are pursuing, the APC was registered, and I was scared that, look, they may leak us out. So I got the party to agree that we'll carry out a demonstration. They agreed that we'll carry out a demonstration. We assembled at that parade ground, Eagle Square. We released some money to go and bring women and all that. See the women gathered. Guess what they were wearing? Jonathan for president. God bless you.
All right, welcome back. You've heard what, Amaechi said, that what politicians are after is how to grab power, retain that power, and remain relevant in the scheme of things. And that's exactly what it is. So if I even draw a cue from, what even transpired in the United States just concluded election, You saw how many assassination attempts that was made on the life of the incumbent president Donald Trump, during the election campaigns, twice. So one in Butler, Pennsylvania, and the other in Florida, even in his golf course. So, but at the end of the day, as God may have it, he survived the assassination attempts and all that, and today he's there as the president of the United States. So, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that, yes, truly, nobody will just come and do what and give you power and say, okay, take power. No, that's the truth. So that is why I think what I can deduce from what he just said is that it's trying to create citizen awareness for them to understand that sitting at home complaining, being on social media, tweeting and shouting on social media will not put in the right people that are supposed to drive the progress of the nation. That citizens need to wake up and start demanding for good democratic process, as well as demanding for transparency and accountability from those that serve them. And one of the ways citizens can do this is, one, by pushing for electoral reform, which is quite critical if you want to ensure credible election and ensure that the process for good democratic governance is entrenched. You had to start from electoral laws. All right. You saw what happened in the past election, where the court was saying that BVAS is not in the electoral law. So whether they use it or not, it doesn't matter. The system, where you view the IREV, where you view the result, that is not in the law. So we are kind of throwing out the critical, innovations that was made to strengthen, the electoral process and enhance the quality of delivery of result by INEC. So they threw all these things to the trash bin just to make sure that who they want, come out victorious. So these are part of the things that citizens supposed to start doing by now, marching to the National Assembly, demanding for these electoral reforms, and also to the State Assembly for the state INECs, creating the enabling environment that will guarantee free and fair election. I don't think that Amaechi is saying people should carry guns and machete and begin to attack people on the street or whatever it is. No, that's not the point. Before he even said it, the incumbent president have said it 2 years ago. So what is the difference? Anyway, let me play you what the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said in one of his meetings concerning, power. Let's look at this video and we'll continue from there.
No. Political power is not going to be served in a restaurant. It's not served in a la carte. This is what we are doing. It's being determined to do it at all costs. Fight for it. Grab it. Snatch it.
Yes, sir.
And run with it.
Yes, sir. Jagaban. Jagaban.
All right. Welcome back again. You've heard what he said. Compare it with what Amaechi said. Is there any difference? The chaos that happened during the election, has the incumbent administration issued a statement to kind of remediate all these things so that people can, feel that they understood what happened? No, they haven't. So the fact is clear that when it comes to political power, you have to fight for it. And that's the truth. When the president of America, Donald Trump, was shot at Butler in Pennsylvania, that God, in his infinite mercy, decided to shift his head and the bullet missed him and hit his ear. When he fell down to take cover, and when he got up, when the U.S. Secret Service guys took him out, what did he do? He formed a fist. He formed a fist and said, fight, fight, fight. That's what he said. What is he trying to say? Even if you guys want to kill me, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to do what I need to do. Even at death, he was not frightened to give up. Even all the warfare in court, he didn't give up. He stood his ground till the end. And America voted massively for him and gave him the mandate. And today, he's doing what the Americans want him to do. He's fulfilling their dreams. At least most of them that voted for him. Okay? Look at what he's doing in the border, trying to fix the border. They're trying to, take out, all kinds of criminals that have been attacking the citizens and murdering innocent ladies and girls, and all that. So that's what the citizen wants him to do, and he's doing it. If he's talking about they maim, they kill, and they find all possible means to retain power, and he used the incumbent president as an example that as he is, he cannot relinquish power to anybody just like that. But that's what it is. So obviously, the president will still contest in 2027 for his second term, irrespective of whatever anybody is saying. And it is his right to contest. So he is trying to, put in there, from my own understanding, that for the president to give up power, you have to beat him in the election. He can't wake up today and say, I think I'm tired, I don't want to continue anymore, take power. No, he can't do that. Nobody does that. All right? So people are ousted by the citizens' vote. That's how you take people out of power. So anybody that is ready and willing to contest for the seat of the presidency for 2027 should start by now, begin to reach out to the citizen, create awareness, sensitize them, build their capacity to understand that for you to be in this kind of position, you need the C's, all right? The character, the competence, the capability, the integrity, and all those kind of skill that is required for you to be able to drive the process at the top. So these are things they need to start doing now. Sensitize the citizen, supporting the citizen to understand their role. Because many people think that, I don't care, that day they don't even go to vote. They just sit there when somebody finds his way to power and start doing things they don't like. They come and tweet, they come and shout on Facebook, they come and shout on WhatsApp and what have you, and that's it. They have to bear it for the next 4 years. So if they are not okay with what the economy is saying in the country, they are not okay with the security system, they are not okay with incident power, outages and collapse of the national grid and all these things, it is their duty to wake up and begin to do what? To source for who can deliver what they want. That is what it is. So every 4 years, citizens have this opportunity to make changes in different capacities in the state government, in the local government, in the State House of Assemblies, National Assembly, and the presidency. They have the capacity every 4 years to do this. So, but Amaechi is just trying to let them understand that there's nobody that can relinquish power freely. Somebody said Jonathan relinquished. No, he didn't. He was beaten by Buhari's team, by the APC at that time, and he has no choice than to give up power. Otherwise, if he doesn't, since the result has been announced, he will create chaos. So he has to give up power. So he was defeated. He didn't freely relinquish, but he was defeated. So if he had held on to power, would have created chaos, and all those things would have been on his head. So he did the right thing, and we acknowledge him for doing the right thing by doing what? Calling the winner and then hand over to the person. That's what he should be, and that's what he did. So he's a great man doing what is right at that time. So the same thing we are trying to put into perspective, that every government should be able to relinquish power freely at the end of his administration. That's what it is. So if somebody is now coming to say, his statement is trying to, mobilize the youth against the government and all those kind of, comment, I don't think that's the issue here. It's not inciting anybody. He has right to say what he want to say. There's freedom of speech. So when people are trying to create another, kind of window to target somebody, that's when you start seeing, the incumbent president said the same thing. When election is coming, listen to some of these politicians, especially those who have been edged out of the system, all right? They will always come out to speak the truth of what is transpiring inside the party when they were there. That's how you learn the tricks, you learn the truth, you learn the strategies that they use. So when you hear from El-Rufai talking about illiterate, delegates, semi-illiterate and corny delegate, that's just the resume to be a delegate, you understand that that has been the practice through which they win the candidacy of their party. And he knew at that time that these people are not delivering the required result for who will be party candidates. But because at that time, it is also a system that benefits them to be able to, get into where they want to get into, so they run with it. But the moment they are out of that system, they begin to, tell you, this is what it is. That's how we get there. But if we really want to make a change, we need to change this. That's the way I'm understanding all this political, games. So for Amaechi to come out and tell you that nobody gives you power freely, that the duties or what politicians do is to kill it, to maim. Is it far-fetched from it? In Lagos, we heard about Funshaw Williams contesting an election and was a potential candidate that may win that election. He was cut short. He was taken out. So we've seen series of things when you have strong opposition, either they find a way to rope him, put him in court, or rope him with a woman and tag him, all kinds of things. They just kind of destroy your career. Or you have a bright, opportunity to win, and you have one case with the police or EFCC and things like that, they will use it and tie you down in the court. Or they show you the file and tell you, hey, if you don't, quit from this race, we're going to throw you in jail using a government body. And so it's been happening. People are hungry, so nobody is even ready for, any incitement or any kind of creating chaos. And all kinds of, things the citizens are battling with, so nobody is even ready to, start creating an unrest in the country as it is. However, as security agencies, you can put your eyes on the ground and ensure that everything is going on smoothly. I don't encourage anyone to, kind of create chaos in the system. I don't encourage anyone to come and be causing all kinds of problems within the, the system. So when you want to show your concern or you have something that you feel that need to be done, you know what to do. If it's the National Assembly, they say law, you go to National Assembly, all right, and then let them hear you. If it's something that is the state governor or the presidency, you know where to reach out to, and then do it peacefully and patriotically. Do not engage in violence. Violence does not pay. Violence is not good. Whatever you guys want to do in preparation for the forthcoming election of 2027, do it peacefully and patriotically. I think it is very important that the present administration begins electoral reform. But we know that one setback that's always come towards all these political reforms and all that is because those in the system don't want to put a system that will cut them out of returning to power. So these are part of the problem. So we really need genuine and honest people who can be able to do what is right, even when it will affect them, from going forward. So they do what is right, and when you do what is right, the system works for everybody. So that is what we are trying to put out there. So too early for the 2027 election to start in 2025. That's too early. So government should focus on delivering democratic dividend to the people. That's what they signed up for. Deliver that at least this 2025. From 2026 mid-year, you can start talking about the election for 2027. It's too early for people to be discussing about elections. This is the time for people who want to do merger, political parties that want to merge, and they can be doing all those at the background, but not putting it at the forefront, because now people are more concerned on what to eat, how to survive, and so on. And that's what government should be doing now, not coming to banter with politicians and all this. You already have power. Nobody is contesting that with you guys. You guys already have power in your hands. So use that power to the betterment of the people. Leave those who are doing the election stuff behind. Leave them. Let them be doing their stuff. Focus on delivering democratic dividend. So when things are into proper perspective, in 2077, APC won't need to do much campaign because people can see the results and they just vote them back. So that's how to win. I'm going to leave it out there. So please kindly go to the comment section and put in your comment, looking at the videos and the comments of Rotimi Amaechi and incumbent president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what both of them said. Let me hear your views, and then subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscription button. It's free, all right? And then put on your notifications so that when my next video drops, you'll be able to be notified on time. So I'm gonna say to you, have a wonderful day ahead. I'll see you in my next video. Do have a wonderful day. Thank you. See you. I'm signing out.